Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Geekly News for the week of July 27th, 2018. My name is Brian Cambriello. His name is Mike Tessmacher.
Phone. That was weird.
That was weird.
That's never happened before.
You think we should just leave that in?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. That was Mike's phone, reverbed off the mic. That was really weird.
Well, it was sending someone from the future. It's hard. Makes a little noise.
Your phone is the TARDIS?
Yeah. Well, the tartar sauce, I like to call it.
Oh my god. Yeah, so as, I don't know if I got through all of that or not, but my name is Brian Gambriello. His name is Mike Tessmacher. And
Hello.
This is the Geekly News. So we're going to be breaking down the greatest topics from the past week. We got one really huge topic, a couple little smatterings here and there, and a lot of trailers from San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
We got some Shazam and Godzilla. Yeah. But, yeah, right off the bat, I think we should start off with the biggest and I think most important news topic from the previous week. This actually is a little bit late because the news actually broke a day after we recorded last week's episodes. Mm-hmm. But James Gunn, the director for Guardians of the Galaxy, was fired from the project for Guardians 3.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. So, real quick, I guess we'll just break down what happened that got him fired, and then we'll get some reactions.
Yeah.
So, roughly 10 years or so before James Gunn was even affiliated with Disney or Marvel, he made some pretty bad tweets.
Jokes.
Yeah.
Not good ones.
No, they were really insensitive and
jokes nonetheless.
He had said in his rebuttal to this whole situation, that he was trying to be, I don't know, what's the word,
Provocative?
Provocative, yeah, I guess. He was trying to be provocative, back then. He was working for, a different movie studio, and that was their vibe.
Yeah.
So, someone unearthed these tweets from, 10 years ago.
Yep.
And they went viral, and, Disney was like, oh damn, in this world of sensitive snowflakes, we can't be affiliated with this guy. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah. And they fired him.
That guy made a joke 10 years ago. Let's fire him.
So if you couldn't guess by our reactions during the explaining of this, neither of us, I don't think, agreed with this firing.
Well, it's complicated because I understand Disney and Marvel's position. It's kind of a lose-lose for them either way.
Right.
I do think they made the wrong choice, but I do see the position. It's a tough spot for any company these days in such a PC, everyone has a voice, yeah. Good and bad, unfortunately. Well, fortunately and unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely good things that have come out of this, the last few years of this, like you said before, this political correctness that's been going on. But it's really sad that a skilled director like James Gunn unfortunately fell victim to this for such old jokes.
But we're talking about James Gunn, of course, but this is just like the latest example, This is happening, it seems like every week. Maybe not a director that we like and stuff, but it's just happening all over the place, like all the time now.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the Chris Hardwick case a little bit later on in the news. But that, too, also falls in line with the same deal.
Yeah.
It's that you can tarnish someone's name in 2 seconds.
Just by saying it, not whether it's true. There's so much, it's okay for everyone to have their opinions, but to ruin a guy's potentially ruin a guy's career with Chris Hardwick and James Gunn. To do that, and like, for anyone that feels accomplished by ruining a person's career over a joke, it's like, I could understand if he committed an offense, like, in real life, if it was that, or even, like, legitimately said, I hate so-and-so, or I don't like this, you know, whatever. But no, he just made some jokes. I mean, he worked for Troma at the time. Like, he was making...
Yeah, that was the...
indie movies, like, little horror movies. You know, it's such a difficult position.
It is. And I understand where Disney's coming from. You know, they're trying to create this, you know, this family-friendly image.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a shame that they feel they have to do that in order to...
Like, appease...
Yeah, to appease these people that don't really care either way. They weren't aware of what he said. They only half care, because if they would have really read the tweets, come on now, none of that's like, he makes jokes that are like, okay, they're like mildly insensitive, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm not necessarily the target of that stuff, so maybe I feel differently, but of course, but it was such simple, like, you know, not good jokes, but they were clearly jokes.
Yeah.
To be taken that way. And he apologized for all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, what? He has to really, like, get his career and his, like, public opinion about him for something that he did in less than 140 characters, like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
It's so unfortunate.
And I think that's the biggest... The thing that kills me the most in this whole situation is how long ago it was.
Yeah.
All right, so it's currently 2018. Let's say these tweets were an average of 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That makes it 2008.
Yeah.
2008. Obama had just been elected.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that time frame. It's a completely different time frame than today. You know, that's like, you know, finding out that George Washington had slaves and said the N-word a bunch of times, and then we remove him from the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
like, he can't be a former president anymore because he had this opinion or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, oh yeah, he was never the first president. We started with was it Andrew Johnson or whatever who was second? Anyway, I'm terrible at politics and presidents, but anyway, regardless, really terrible situation. It sucks.
And what does it solve?
It doesn't solve anything. It proves to the people that if you complain enough, you get what you want.
And I was also reading something earlier, a good piece on it, that it's like, this just opens up Marvel and Disney and beyond, all these companies to really, now they have to bend their will to these people on Twitter that are like, will have the biggest, you know, complaints, but they're not even the ones. They probably didn't even see Guardians of the Galaxy, most of the people that I hate. And,
absolutely.
You know, it's so stupid. I can understand being offended, but if you're truly offended, okay. But for something that someone apologized for and was clearly bad joke, okay. But yeah, to try and really, to really destroy a person's livelihood.
Yeah. No, it's terrible, but unfortunately, I don't think he's getting rehired anytime soon.
You know, like, why? What? So you really have to, like, we were all different people a decade ago. You know,
you grow as people.
We would not have been able to have this podcast probably with 10 years ago when the way our attitudes were.
I would have been 14. You know? I was freaking in middle school, man. Like, or beginning of high school, whatever. Like.
You know, people change, and he apologized. He clearly said, look, that was stupid. I'm sorry for it. Like, what else did you want him to do?
Yeah, no, he should not have been fired for that. And I think it sets a bad precedent for future issues like this. What's next? They're gonna uncover something that Chris Evans said, 10 years ago, and next thing you know, we got a new Captain America.
Yeah, now you see all these people that are public figures deleting their entire Twitter history and like all that stuff.
Yeah,
you see a lot of that going around. I don't know if that's gonna help. But...
I don't think that what you say on Twitter, for the most part, should really affect, your work.
Unless it's truly hateful.
Oh, yeah, super. Like what happened with, Roseanne, where she went on, she had that super racist tweet. Yeah, no, she should have been fired for that.
Yeah.
But what James Gunn said was obviously a joke, obviously hateful.
Unhateful.
I'm sorry, obviously unintentional. Yeah. It wasn't
a joke.
It was a joke.
It was not his actual opinion. It was stuff that was taken out of context. He was talking to people. He was, in conversation. He wasn't, this was a long time ago. He was a younger guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. Sorry. I don't want to talk about it too much because I think people understand for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the crowd that listens to this, the small crowd that we have,
we are small, but we are mighty.
I'm sure most people that listen to this share the opinion, but maybe not. We would like to definitely hear what your opinion on this, so let us know. Geeklirious at Gmail.
Absolutely. Hit us up on social media. Geeklirious on all social media.
Can we get something a little better, happier news?
Yes.
Do we have happier news?
Yeah, we got happy news.
Did you want to talk about Chris Hardwick before?
I was gonna lead into it. All right. So a little bit more happy news. This is happy news. It's better.
It's happier.
So, Chris Hardwick was very much like James Gunn, the subject of a lot of bad publicity. So essentially, his ex-girlfriend had made some really bad accusations about Chris Hardwick, saying that he was abusive and violent. This caused him to pretty much lose everything. He lost his spot on Talking Dead. I believe there's a couple other projects he was doing that I think were put on hiatus. Chris Hardwick does so much; it's hard to keep track of
his stand-up
stuff. Yeah,
all his life.
His life. Chris Hardwick does so much. His podcast. I don't even know if he put out new episodes of his podcast since then.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, so he was booted off the Talking Dead for this. But the cool thing is that pending investigation from, I guess it was AMC, they decided to rehire Chris Hardwick.
Good on them.
Yeah, because they investigated it and found out that the claims were BS. They were not substantiated.
See, a happy story.
Yeah, because if you've listened to Chris Hardwick's podcast, if you've watched him on The Talking Dead, the dude he's a stand-up guy, and not just a stand-up specialist. I'm talking like a genuinely good person, and you can just tell because he talks off the cuff a lot, and
I've been a fan of Hardwick for years. Years before Nerdist was a thing, when he was on Singled Out, I remember.
Yep, I remember.
And when he was on Attack of the Show on Tech TV or whatever.
He G4.
Right? Yeah, on G4. He did reviews for that. He's great. I love... Obviously, I don't know him personally, so it's hyperbole. But, yeah, he seems like an awesome dude. A dude that I would chill with.
He's also a huge Disney fan, so I have a little love for him on that. He has, he's got paintings, or he's got the pictures from the Haunted Mansion, the stretching room portraits.
Oh, yeah?
He's got actual versions of them that were used in Disneyland.
Well, now his wife probably took it all, so... Yeah.
I think his ex-girlfriend. No, she didn't take anything. She just made accusations. They were never married. She has no claim. Besides, he got remarried to a beautiful model, so good for him.
Yeah, I wish all the best to Chris Hardwick and James Gunn while we're at it.
Yeah.
Super best. I heard James Gunn is working on a deal with Sony to do something.
Okay.
So we will be seeing James Gunn again. I have no doubt that he will get past this stuff. And Chris Hardwick, love those guys.
Yeah, the only thing that I think is kind of interesting about the whole James Gunn thing, in a more positive way, is that now we get to see what another director will do with the Guardians of the Galaxy cast. I know a lot of people were throwing around Taika Waititi's name.
Yeah.
I heard some people say maybe the Russo brothers. I heard somebody say Joss Whedon.
Yeah, I heard someone say Joss Whedon. I heard Taika Waititi. I heard The Incredibles, Brad Bird.
I heard Brad Bird. I heard Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Which that's a weird one. That's a weird one, but it could fit.
Not that I would say no to it.
I wouldn't say no to it. He's obviously with Hellboy and everything. He's first in the superhero world, and I think if they do more alien characters in Guardians, that his makeup skills and his the practical effects he uses would be so cool in that. Yeah. So I
would rather.
I think Joss Whedon would be the best. That's
Del Toro, I'd rather see on Doctor Strange.
Oh god, yeah, that would be so sick.
But yeah, Taika Waititi, I could see him doing something really good with it. There's plenty that could.
Yeah. So
Gunn will be missed, though.
Yeah, Gunn will definitely be missed. He put his heart and soul into those movies.
Yeah.
I still want to see what that hidden Easter egg is. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that he said no one has
found it yet. Yeah, and it's a big one. Anyway. Yeah. Alright, so let's move on to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
So, we got a lot of news, but we're going to focus on the trailers. So, right off the bat, Shazam. What'd you think of it?
I liked it a lot.
I loved it.
I think it's my favorite trailer that's come out.
I would agree with that.
Recently.
Yeah.
At least.
My favorite trailer from San Diego Comic-Con, I would say.
What I like about it is it did its job. It made me want to see the movie.
Yeah.
It didn't give me the whole movie. It didn't spoil stuff, really. It didn't give any And it actually made me curious and want to see more, which is the main thing in a movie.
Yeah, it looked very lighthearted.
Yeah.
Definitely did not have that signature DC, darkness to it.
Yes.
It was definitely not only lighter in tone, but lighter in actual the brightness of the film. I feel like
actually see this.
I could see things. Yeah. Shazam definitely my number one most anticipated from those line of trailers. Following it up with a little bit more DC, Aquaman. Thoughts?
This one, I was not liking too much. Yeah. I must say, especially because I think I saw Shazam first, and I was like, okay, maybe they're turning this train around. If trains can turn around like that,
I will pull this train around.
Yeah,
somehow. So help me.
Yeah. I was hoping they would, and unfortunately, it looks like Shazam was really the standout. Yeah. Aquaman, not so much.
All right, so as far as opinions go for it, I liked the fact that it did look a bit more bright, a bit more colorful. I liked the underwater scenes. They showed off Atlantis. It looked really pretty, very CGI, which is kind of a staple for the DC movies. A lot of CGI settings and background.
Mm-hmm. I will say the CGI looked good.
It did look good.
The water stuff.
Yeah.
That looked cool. But, yeah, just the humor kind of failed in it. Where in Shazam, I wouldn't say all of it hit 100% or anything.
I chuckled.
Yeah, there were actually parts where okay, there's a little giggle. I see where they're going with it. But Aquaman, I don't know. Maybe because I don't see Jason Momoa in the first place as Aquaman. I didn't like him in the other ones, and he just, I don't know. I never really saw him as
definitely
the Waterman.
Definitely a different look than like the standard Aquaman, but it's fine. He's more definitely akin to like the New 52 Aquaman.
Yeah,
that's what they were going for, a bit more badass, except no hook for her hand. But no, regardless, it looks decent. I'm not super excited for it, but it definitely piqued my interest. And the villain, who's that, Black Manta? Is that who that is?
Yeah.
He looked pretty cool in it. Very, 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 like, comic, like, screen to page. I mean, sorry, page to screen type of thing, you know? Very, accurate as far as that goes.
You know what vibe I actually got off of it?
What's that?
Let me, ask you if you felt the same.
Yeah.
A very Ragnarok vibe. No?
No, you didn't. I didn't get a
feel
Ragnarok.
like they're trying to do Thor Ragnarok in like the Waterman way.
No, you know what it did remind me of though? Reverse Black Panther.
Maybe.
Think about it. Literally, Aquaman is Killmonger, the exiled family member from this royal family comes back to take the kingship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally also the Lion King.
Yeah.
Anyway, alright. Next up, what was it? Godzilla. Let's talk a little Godzilla.
Yes.
Alright.
What are you thinking about Godzilla?
He's thick. He's a fatty.
Yeah, he's got junk in his trunk.
He does. This is definitely the thickest version of Godzilla I think I've seen. He put on a little weight. He looks like a little stocky. But
he's been eating good.
What's he been eating? That's scary.
You know.
Maybe it's like a blue whale. He just kind of holds his mouth underwater, eats a bunch of krill. Aww.
No, that's not badass. He's eating sharks and stuff. That's
okay,
badass.
Fine. He's like eating sharks whole.
He dines on killer whales and great whites.
Seahorses.
Yeah.
Lots of seahorses. Pregnant seahorses.
Yeah.
Males, pregnant seahorses. Anyway, so we got Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things is in it.
Yeah. I'm gonna call her Bobby Brown from now on, though.
Bobby Brown?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the singer?
Yeah.
But she's Millie Bobby Brown.
Mm.
Anyway, 11 from Stranger Things. She was in the trailer. I don't think she said a word in the entire trailer. She just kind of reacted to things and freaked out and ran.
Yeah.
So, interesting. I really hope this isn't another one of those Godzilla movies where it pays more attention to the human characters.
You know it's gonna.
I know it is, but like...
You know, just like the other one, we're gonna get 5 minutes. And that's it.
But what was cool is that they showed a little teaser for King Ghidorah, and then they showed him at the end of the trailer, which is cool. And then they did the same thing for Mothra.
Mm-hmm.
They showed like the wings spreading, and then they showed like it flying over.
Yeah,
that was cool. So it looks like the 3 main monsters are going to be obviously Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and Mothra, which are, I think, the 3 most popular and famous characters from that whole Godzilla, like, King of the Monsters universe.
Rodan.
Yeah, Rodan's pretty famous too.
Mechagodzilla.
Stop naming names.
That's all about I'm good for. My memory's way too shot.
Who's the spiky one? Remember him with the spike claws?
I do remember him.
He was cool. He can dig underground and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember the PS2 game, the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters or whatever it was called?
Yeah, I never played that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like a fighter video game, but you played as Godzilla characters on like a city and you just blew up buildings and chucked them at people, and it was like you fought against each other, and it was cool. And I used to like to play as the dig guy. It was
Rampage. Pretty
much Rampage, except but you're versing each other. It's like a fighter.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. What am I missing? Any other trailers?
Well, there was Glass, but you didn't want to see.
I didn't want to see it because, believe it or not, I still have not seen Unbreakable. So I don't know.
Good, because it wasn't a good trailer. Okay. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I really like Unbreakable, and I like Split, but this trailer does not look good. But, you know, M. Night Shyamalan with his twists and stuff, it could be something.
Yeah, I still haven't seen
different.
Still haven't seen Split either.
It's good.
I know. See, the thing is, I honestly do for the most part, like M. Night Shyamalan. Like, I thought, what was the movie with the grandparents? Or
The Visit.
The Visit. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was
a great movie,
really
great twist. I really think that M. Night Shyamalan really shines when it's a smaller scale movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when it's, I think like the Sixth Sense was a great movie because it didn't try to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was just based in one city. Then you have like Avatar, where it's like a huge world, and I think these little personal pieces are what he shines at.
Yeah, give him a budget that's not crazy.
Yeah.
Let him do some practical stuff, some smaller, darker movies, and he seems to shine at that level. But even with that level, I've seen bad movies that he's done. Although, like The Village, I hated that. Signs, I hated that.
Signs was okay. Not terrible.
Come on, they kill the aliens with water. Why would aliens that come to this Earth?
That's mostly water.
That's 90% water. Why would they? Don't get me started.
Not only that, humans are mostly water.
I'm gonna get that vein in my head again.
Oh God, don't do that.
It's like Split.
We're gonna have our first stroke on the podcast, guys.
Yes.
All right. So I think that pretty much wraps up the trailers, like the big ones we wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then,
well, we did want to talk about Titans.
Oh yeah. The F Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, I don't want to get too much into it, but I did not like this trailer.
No one did, apparently.
All. Yeah, no, it had really unfavorable reviews, and like anyone who I talked to about it has also had pretty negative opinions.
Yeah.
So I liked the concept art that had first come out for it. I can't say the same for the trailer.
Yeah, which it was a shame because I was like, when we were talking about the pictures, I was like, sometimes it just looks better in action, and nah, the action was not helping. The tone was all over the place.
Yeah. You had little girl Robin,
No,
I'm sorry.
Raven.
Raven, my bad. No, little girl Raven, Starfire, and Beast Boy, and
Beast Boy looked cool.
Yeah, Beast Boy I think would look the best out of all of them.
It just didn't look, it just looked like they didn't know what they were doing with it.
Right.
Like there were too many hands in the pot, like they didn't...
Very clustered.
The jokes weren't really anything. They didn't really tell you much. The action, you couldn't really tell what was going on. It was just altogether sloppy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So... Yep, not so great. And then the last bit of news that we had when we wrap up the news episode is that apparently Robert De Niro is rumored for the new Joker movie.
The Joaquin Phoenix
Joker
2019 movie. Joker.
Yes.
If that ever really happens. I don't think it's going to be a thing.
You don't think so?
I
think it will.
I hope not.
I think it will be, and I think it's gonna be really, really good.
You think so? Really?
Yeah. Which it's a small budget piece, and I think that DC would probably do really well with a low budget piece.
Yeah.
Focus on the characters. Don't go crazy on the CGI. You have a fantastic actor in Joaquin Phoenix.
Absolutely.
Robert De Niro is a fantastic actor.
Absolutely.
Apparently, from the report that you read, he's supposed to be instrumental to the Joker's origin story.
Yeah.
And he's playing a broadcaster, or a talk show host.
A talk show host, a host of some kind.
Yeah, which I can see, maybe like a Larry King type thing,
See, that's what also has me bothered, that they're talking about his origin. I didn't want an origin story for the Joker.
Yeah, but that's what it's gonna be. That's what it was gonna be from the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, they always said it was gonna be a Joker origin story.
Well, that's disappointing.
I know what you mean. The Joker is one of those characters that's kind of best left in mystery.
Right, yeah, because that was say which one about the Heath Ledger, that was kind of, the best part about his Joker, you didn't know, what, because he said so many different things, it was still, where is this comic come from, what are his motives, really, and to see that kind of, you know, what do you want from me? I don't know what I'm. It's just terrible.
You hit like a Don Vito moment there, like Viva La Bam. Bill Scalapini.
Yeah, definitely.
And with that, that's all, folks.
The Joker. Well, hopefully, Joaquin Phoenix can. It really all depends on how he does the Joker. Really, that's like everything. It's all riding on that for the most part.
I am calling it right now. That's going to be a really good movie. I'm calling it.
I hope you're right, because I feel like DC needs that. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I don't think so, though. I don't share your enthusiasm for it. But I hope to be wrong.
Whoopsie.
Yep. That was our Geekly news for this week.
Absolutely. If you guys want to comment on any of the topics that we spoke about during this episode, or maybe past episodes, just shoot us a message over our various social media outlets. You got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got YouTube, and then, of course, geeklirious@gmail.com for a more intimate conversation.
And we also have our partners at Geeked Up, where we record our show every week.
Absolutely.
Week in and week out.
Big thanks to them.
Yes, if you're in the New York area.
Specifically Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island, or just anywhere in the tri-state. Make a trip.
There you
go. Geeked Up. North Broadway, Massapequa, Long Island, New York.
Yes. If you want a link to their Facebook page, it will be in the show notes down below.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah,
they also have a podcast they're starting soon, so look out for that.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, thank you so much. As the bell,
that's the bell ringing.
As the bell. All right, guys.
As the bell tolls.
Have a fantastic weekend. Signing off.
Bye.